and today it is a vlog, but it's not about college. It's about, you know, the real world and my pre-life crisis. Yeah, but today it's going to be about travel and my travel for thought ambitions or whatever. I think the whole point of this video was I thought about this last year, and my friend, she went traveling. Like, she saved up all this money, and when she finished high school she went traveling all around Europe and, you know, a couple of other places. Like, she went to France, Marseille or something. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce it. She's been to England. To see the Stonehenge. I was so jealous because I've always wanted to go to the Stonehenge. She's been to Malaysia, she's been to Amsterdam, Germany, and she's been to Italy. And just looking at like her photos and stuff, it made me think. Like, I was talking to my friend, and he said that when he finished school, when he finished university, he was just going to get married, have a job, settle down with kids, and just, you know, take it from there and just have a happy, content life. And you know, when I was 8, I thought that was a good idea as well, but as I've gotten older, I just got more and more worried about that idea. Like, what was it? This is where my pre-life crisis kicks in. Imagine if, you know, I settle down, I have kids, and I have all these responsibilities like weighing me down. Like, I've got to think about like my kids, I've got to look after my husband or whatever, and I've got to tell my job, I've got to pay extra for, you know, my family, and it'll just be a nightmare. I mean, I'm not trying to be selfish, but who really likes to spend money for someone else? Okay, it does not sound fun at all. But yeah. So I was looking through my old diary. Yes, it's so old that it's got like 2 sides now. I was looking through all the top destinations that I wanted to go to, and I wrote it down, and there's actually 7 places I wanted to go to. 7's actually my favourite number, but yeah, I think everyone's favourite number is 7. But yeah, so the first place I wanted to go to was in Prague, which is in the Czech Republic. I have always wanted to go to Prague because there's this story, like there's this legend. It wasn't a ghost story, but it's actually a really interesting legend. It's about a boy, and after he celebrates his bar mitzvah, he gets kidnapped and he finds a way to sneak out of the tower. And like, it just made me think, like, some of the stories might seem so colourful there, and you know, I'm really interested in seeing, you know, the famous Charles Bridge and everything like that, and it looks really clean. And I was looking through a YouTube video. Jack's Films went to Prague. He said he hated it, but what was it, like, the view and the city, it looks so beautiful. So yeah, ever since I read that story, I've always wanted to go to Prague. My second destination, this is not in chronological order, by the way, I just wrote it down randomly. Yes, I wrote it on my Training, Development and Theory Practices, HRD. That second destination I've always wanted to go to is in Tokyo, Japan. I made this decision when I was about 15, and you know, this is back in like my anime phase, where, you know, I loved watching Dragon Ball Z, I loved watching Shinzo, I watched Sailor Moon and all that other crap. And what was it, but as I got older, I think my ex persuaded me to like go see Japan for like the cherry blossoms and the temples and everything like that. So, you know, I got into the more spiritual side or sides of Japan instead of just like the media focused side of Japan, you know, with all the, you know, colourful billboards and Resident Evil 4 and stuff like that. You know, I love Resident Evil 4, so it's probably another reason why I wanted to go see Japan. But yeah, okay, the third destination I always wanted to go to was the Stonehenge. Oh, England, yeah, the Stonehenge and the Big Ben. And I made this decision when I was about 15 as well, and I was always like intrigued by, like, there was a rumour that the Stonehenge can move, so, you know, I've always been interested in learning about the Stonehenge and that. And when my friend told me that she went to the Stonehenge, I was like extremely jealous. Like, oh my god, like, how could you, why was I not invited and stuff like that. And, you know, I've always wanted to see the Big Ben. I've always been interested in the Hunchback of Notre Dame story, even though like it's fiction, but, you know, I still love it. So yeah, fourth destination, I made this decision about, how old am I now? I made this decision when I was really young. I think I was about 8, and I've always wanted to go to Tahiti, and this is going to be really stupid. I've always wanted to go to Tahiti because I watched The Little Princess, and like she always went on about Tahiti and like running away to Tahiti and stuff, and it just sounded really interesting. And I had a look at Tahiti like about 3 years ago, so I must have been 17, and yeah, I want to go scuba diving there. There's like lots of stuff to do, and yeah. And plus no one's been there. Like everyone in New Zealand like always wants to go to Fiji, or they want to go to Tonga or Rarotonga or Samoa and stuff, and Tahiti just sounds so different because like no one actually wants to go there, but that actually just sounds bad for Tahiti. Not that I'm like, you know, trying to make it sound bad or anything, but yeah. The fifth destination I wanted to go to was in Disneyland. Ever since I was 8 years old, I've always wanted to go to Disneyland. Like before the crappy TV shows, like the cheesy TV shows, before the crappy music, I've always loved the movies, like Disney movies. So yeah, I'm just gonna ignore all the crap like Disney's tried to brainwash us with, and you know, go to Disneyland and have fun. I think while I am in America, or if I ever do go traveling in America, I might want to go to Coney Island as well, because you know I've always loved the spinning teacups thing. But yeah, sixth destination I wanted to go to is back in China. I went to China in 2006. Yeah, and my sister was just like, oh hey, why don't you go to China with me? It'll be fun. And you know, since I was like trying to just get over someone, I was just like, yeah, why not? So like I saved some money. I got packed up for everything, and I went to China, and I think I went to Hong Kong, Beijing, Taiwan, and a couple of other places. I actually can't remember, but Hong Kong actually reminds me of Auckland in New Zealand, and Beijing has so many beautiful like girls and handsome guys and stuff. Like I really want to go back. And but yeah, no, just aside from that, I want to go back to Hong Kong because of Disneyland. Like yeah, I had such an awesome time there, and you know, I really want to go back, and it was clean and I loved it, and the most happiest times in China were in Disneyland, you know, just apart from like getting really drunk there behind like the teachers' backs. The best time, I'm just gonna sound so like cheesy when I say this. The best time I ever had was in Disneyland in Hong Kong. So yeah, what was it? The seventh destination, the last destination, thank God, I wanted to go to is Capri in Italy. And yeah, I sound high maintenance when I say this, but I don't want to go to Italy because of like the beaches, and you know, it's like a hot spot there, you know, all the expensive hotels and stuff. I actually want to go to Capri because I want to see the Blue Grotto. Like I think when I was, I actually can't remember how old I was. I must have been like 7 or something, and I agreed to go to Capri like because it just sounded like a pretty name, Capri. So, but yeah, I was having a look at it this year, and what was it? I think the reason why I want to go to Capri now is because the water is so beautiful there. Like it's like a deep blue. It's not, you know how you see like most beaches and stuff, like they're photoshopped to look like a dark blue. If you go to the Blue Grotto in Capri, it's actually like that blue. Like it's like stunningly blue. I cannot explain to you how beautiful like the water looks there. And I mean, I'm just talking about water, but what was it? You should Google it. You should see how beautiful this place is, man. But yeah, aside from that, my childhood ambitions were my friend said, okay, he didn't actually say this to me, but I was looking through his Facebook, and he said he wanted to get married when he was 23, and when I was 8, I said I wanted to get married when I was 22, and now it seems like a bad idea, because I mean, seriously, who makes the best decisions when you're 22? I mean, I'm sure like your brain matures when you're like 25 or something, but yeah, now that I've got like some traveling wishes in check, like I might want to reconsider, like, you know, I might want to just get married when I'm like 30 or whatever. but I think it's highly unlikely with a face like this. But yeah. Actually, speaking of ugly faces, people always get offended when I say like they're ugly and stuff like. But in New Zealand, you know, we joke about how ugly we are all the time. Like it's, you know, I joke about being ugly, you know, just, but a couple of friends like take it seriously, so I might want to stop joking about that. So yeah. But yeah, that's all I wanted to talk to you about, just my travelling ambitions and stuff. I mostly just do, you know, just record videos like of me. It's not for like people, it's just for me. It's like a time capsule for me. Like even though I made one of those, actually I made 2 of those and I lost them. You know, this, you know, it feels like, you know, it's going to be, you know, I'm just gonna have like a couple of laughs about like my video vlogs when I'm older. And yeah, if you don't know what a time capsule is, basically what I did was I got 2 shoe boxes. I did these at like different years, and I did this, the first one I started when I was 11, and so I didn't, you know, I wasn't like stupid, I didn't put anything important or like vital or essential in. I just put like, you know, a yo-yo, my childhood magazine, K-Zone, I put some other toys in there, I can't remember, and I wrapped it in a plastic bag so it wouldn't get all mouldy and disgusting when like I dug it back up. And you know, I got a shovel, dug all the earth out of it, and just put my shoebox wrapped in a plastic bag in there. Now I know like the destination of where my time capsule is, but I don't know the exact location of where I buried it. Like I know it's like downstairs in my backyard somewhere, but I just don't know where, which is the problem. And yeah, but that's all I wanted to share with you, and this is Ron Dashwari, and thank you for listening.